just have the one?
Bottle?
Glass. Last thing you need tomorrow is a hangover.
Listen, Mum, I'm glad that I've got you on your own because there's something I really want to say to you. I am so sorry for stressing you out, turning you to drink.
Oh, well, it's nothing new, is it? This all feels horribly predictable.
Yeah, well, a lot has been said this week in the heat of the moment. And, well, I just need to know you still love me, I suppose.
Tracy, if I didn't love you, I would be upstairs right now, dreaming about running through the surf with Rod Stewart. But I'm not, am I? I'm down here with you, going out of my mind. I'd say cheers, but it seems slightly inappropriate.
Yeah, well, I don't mind. Cheers. As nice as this.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Your dad got it from the Sunday Times. He was mortified when he saw it didn't have a cork. They used to have that article in there, didn't they? The best of times, the worst of times. I always used to think, if it was me, what I'd pick. Because I always thought that the worst time in my life was when I went to prison. I thought, it doesn't get more rock bottom than this. Funny how life can surprise you.
Oh, I can tell this is going to be a really jolly night.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Tracy, but you start a murder trial tomorrow. Forgive me if I'm not like Amy on Christmas Eve. Have you got any idea what it's going to be like?
I'm not daft. What's that then?
Gail got it me from the health centre. It's about panic attacks. Apparently we all have this thing called the fight or flight reaction. Helps us to escape from danger, and a panic attack is when you have this reaction to something that isn't really dangerous. But you see, I'm confused because this is dangerous.
Yeah, but you had one walking back from the pub, didn't you? And that's not dangerous.
Sorry, I'll rephrase it. What you're doing is dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
If you have experienced any of these symptoms, don't worry. You are not going mad. To have their confidence.
Right, well, how'd you stop him?
I don't know. Relaxation exercises. Avoiding cigarettes and alcohol. Top up.
Look, you know, maybe you should do something positive about it.
Like what?
Well, if what I'm going through is making you panic, maybe you should do something positive to help me.
I wondered when this would crop up.
Well, it might help, it might.
And what would that involve, I wonder?
I don't know about panic attacks. It's lung cancer you ought to worry about.
Did you have the fight or flight syndrome when he went for you? Well, fight, obviously, hence the statue.
Stop it, Mum.
I bet he looked like a rabbit caught in the headlights. Did he?
Well, I don't know. You don't see many rabbits round here, believe it or not.
What were his final words?
Who are you, my prosecuting counsel?
No, I'm your mother. Although you'd never know it.
No, I know. Because most mothers would take the stand and stand up for their daughters.
And most daughters wouldn't have murdered their boyfriends.
He wasn't just any old boyfriend, though, was he, you vicious cow?
Oh, I'm not saying he didn't deserve to die.
Well, what are you having a go at me for, then?
Because I want you to be honest with me.
I am being honest with you. How many more times?
Oh, well, obviously not enough. Because every word that comes out of your mouth, Tracy, I just don't trust it. Because your eyes tell a different story. It's one thing here and another thing here. I know you, Tracy. I know you better than anyone in the whole world.
Yeah, right.
I carried you for 9 months, and I know that there is something seriously wrong here. And I want you to tell me what it is.
You want me to tell you what's wrong?
Tracy, whatever it is, I'll understand. I'll try.
Right. Well, then I'll tell you. The only thing wrong is you. You know, my bloke beats me to within an inch of my life. I lash out in self-defence. And what do? You turn your back on me.
How dare you? How dare you? I have never turned my back on you. I've never denied you anything. Anything money could buy, you got it. Clothes on your back, food in your belly. But it was never enough, was it? Because you always wanted more things, better treated, forgiven, everything. And I know a thing or two about that, let me tell you. Do you really want me to go on?
Well, why stop now, man, when you're having so much fun?
Date raping Roy Cropper.
Oh, I didn't lay a finger on him.
Selling Amy to him and Hayley.
Well, it's not like she knew anything about it.
Or what about the time you took ecstasy and finished up on a life support machine?
Yeah. Well, I think I got my wrist slapped at the time over that one.
Oh, yeah, it's always about you, isn't it? You. Never a second thought for anyone else.
That is not fair.
No. I'll tell you what's not fair. What's not fair is that you messed up your body. And my Samir died as a result. The one man...
That is not fair. I didn't kill him. You can't say that because you know that's not true. The one man you... The one man you what?
Oh, give it a rest, Tracy.
The one man you loved. And what about him up there?
Oh, shut your face.
I can't believe you're saying that Samir was the love of your life.
Well, what's so funny about that? I felt fat, I felt frumpy, I felt 40. And along comes this young lad and tells me I'm not.
Well, that sounds doubtful. He could hardly string a sentence together.
Tells me I'm gorgeous and interesting and alive. Why shouldn't I have him on a pedestal?
Oh, so he was great. So what?
Don't you dare be flippant about
well, I
him.
think somebody should
when
stand
you're
up for
walking
Dad,
around with
actually.
his kidney inside you. It's about the only decent thing about you.
What are you doing? Get out of my bag. What do you think you're going to find? A list of all my victims?
You could fill a phone book with a folk you've hurt.
What are you doing?
Prednisolone. Cyclosporin.
Yeah, you pronounce them, I'll take them.
You take these pills to stop your body from rejecting that kidney. How many times a day?
4.
4 times a day for the last 10 years.
You have lost the plot.
4 times a day, every day, for the rest of your life.
What do you want, man? Proof that your fella's kidney's still inside me?
You take these pills to keep yourself alive. They're a very important part of your life, but no one would ever know.
So? And your point is?
Well, it's like you're ashamed of it.
Well, I don't shout it from the rooftops, no.
I can't remember the last time I saw you taking those, and yet you must do. So? It rather begs the question, what else are you covering up? Oh, that's right. Hide the evidence, keep it a secret. Only reason you take those is because you took drugs in the first place.
You know what? I am getting a bit sick of this holier-than-thou routine. Bag Ash Lil, glass of Merlot in your hand. Why do you think I got into here in the first place?
I don't know.
To get away from you. To get away from you. And your little house. Geriatric furniture, your kitsch wallpaper. To get away from you and your glasses and your necklines and your moaning, coughing. Everything always stinking of fags. Oh, that's right, ma'am. I mean, if all else fails, just have another glass of wine. You see, I remember you. I remember your tacky perm and your loose morals. Oi! Tracy Barlow, your mum's a slag. You see, that's what people used to say to me at school. I didn't know who was going to wake up in your bed next. Your perm wasn't that bad. It was the 80s.
Don't let the judge see your vicious streak.
The only thing that I resent you for, truthfully, is bringing me up hating Ray. Don't blame me for it, though.
Even though I drove you to drugs. I don't hate you, Tracy. I don't like you very much sometimes. I don't like you very much most of the time. But it's not hate. And the love is unfaltering. I'd lie for you, you know. But in order to do that, I need to know what I'm lying about. I want to know what really happened.
And then you'd go on the stand. And you'd lie about it. I'm not saying anything out here.
I'll just finish this and then I'll be in.
So, what's not ringing true about my story then?
You're not ringing true. Flying off the handle, in cahoots with David.
If I tell you the truth, you'll hate me.
Tracy, he was knocking you about. He burnt you with the iron. I know what he pushed you to. What?
What if I told you that he never lay a finger on me?
I saw it with my own eyes.
Ah, but what did you see? What did anybody see? It doesn't hurt this time. But then it has been off for half an hour. What if I was to tell you that I planned it all along? That in order to get away with murder, I'd have to plan the perfect crime. Cast your mind back all those months. I've got Maria in my living room telling me she's sleeping with him. I've just found out that Fatty Arbuckle is pregnant by him. What do you expect me to do?
Leave him.
And what do I do?
Stay.
Why?
Because you were in love with him.
Oh, please.
Well, what then? Are you trying to tell me that you went back with him because you were planning to kill him?
You see? If that were true, you'd have me on the streets.
No. I said I could handle it, and I can. You're my daughter. You can tell me anything. You're breaking my heart.
Oh, Mum. I know what I did was unforgivable.
Planned it all along.
I've let you down.
Claire saw things.
Claire saw diddly squat.
She found you locked in the house, didn't she?
It was nothing to do with Charlie.
She heard screams.
So? If I was to scream now, does that mean that you hit me?
David saw you kill him. He saw Charlie attack you and you defending yourself. He didn't.
That boy will do anything I ask him.
He's lying.
But I don't care what he's doing, Mum, as long as he takes the stand.
But what could he have to gain?
It's the fellas, Mum. They're putty in my hands. Hey, I must get it from you. Sexy specs.
Have you slept with David Platt?
Is that worse than killing somebody?
Oh, for God's sake!
You wanted me to tell you the truth.
You burned yourself with the iron just so it'd look as if Charlie did it. Are you out of your mind?
It was worth it.
And the night he died, he didn't hit you?
Well, no. But he was in a really vile mood, so you could say that he played his part brilliantly.
Well, I've just about heard everything now.
What's so funny?
It's not funny, Tracy. It's pathetic.
Why?
You'd say anything, wouldn't you?
What?
To make yourself look better. Has he really got to you so much? Are you so ashamed of being a battered wife that you'd twist it to make it look like you were the one in control?
Oh, get a grip, Ma'am. Do you really think that I would let a man hit me?
My God. You're telling the truth.
The bottom line is, Charlie was an evil, evil man who deserved to die. And I do not deserve to do time for it. Don't bail out on me now, Ma'am. talk to me.
You know, I look up at the sky at night sometimes and I see the police helicopters hovering up there with the lights shining down, and I think about all the crime in the world. Lads in hoodies. And it's always someone else's son. I'm so quick to judge. And do you know what that makes me?
You've got too much time on your hands.
The biggest hypocrite in the world.
Mum, this is not your fault.
Well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Tracy. But coming from your lips, that's a very hollow sound.
You've got two options now, haven't you? Fight or flight. You either fight for me or you run away. So what's it going to be?
Please, Tracy, not now.
It's going to be too late tomorrow.
Just leave me alone.
Well, night then.
Well, next tonight on STV, a new series of The Royal finds Dr. Goodwin in Africa. Then at 9, the Jane Austen season continues with the Gothic satire Northanger Abbey.